Evening, everyone. Just going live a little bit earlier so we can actually join the next race. We're on the old account as we normally do early on in the week. We've got these cars right in the GTR. See how that goes? I think the Aston is the car of choice here, as it has been in the past. It's interesting. Evening, Rocky Gray. Evening, Ian. Waiting for stuff. Been practicing what to SlipStream. Haven't been practicing. This is the first time on GT Sport since we had our fun on Sunday. And I wanted to do iRacing yesterday, but other things got in the way, so just uploaded the kart video instead. I need to think about how I'm going to set up the iRacing stream and different softwares involved, and didn't have the time to do it yesterday. It's something I need to test beforehand. But iRacing's not going away, so we will be doing an iRacing stream. Project Cars 3 looks like it's out. So potentially we could do Project Cars 3. Although I think it's fair to say that the reaction's been mixed. Stream Deck offline at the moment, so saved from all the fancy transitions. But yeah, iRacing to come. Basically, I don't know if you were on the last iRacing stream out, but when I quit a race or I finish a race, when I quit that race, the stream ended because iRacing opens up its separate client for each race, and I don't want to have it like that. I want to just kind of jump into different races, jump into different cars, different tracks. So that's the bit that I need to work out. Ow, Key seems to like Project Cars 3. It might be a very enjoyable game. I'm tempted to pick up Project Cars 2. Sure, that will be on decent discounts. I have Project Cars 1, but I'm all about the online really. So if Project Cars 3 is going to be a new racing game that's going to populate the servers, then yeah, sounds great. Sign me up. And I'm not too fussed if it's not a sim or if it is a sim, to be honest. As long as the racing's good, you know. Rocky Gray, it will take a lot to beat GT Jump in a race. Yeah, I think you're true. I think you're right. We're very lucky with GT Sport with the daily race system, to just jump in and have high quality racing. That said, we are in the alt account, so quality of racing can be a bit different. I'm going to go from the bat, but I'm hoping actually today to kind of really move up a little bit in the alt account rankings. I think it's going to be a good track for the alt account. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's been seeing any other reaction to Project Cars 3, but it's probably quite expensive is the only thing. Brand new. does come to that other thing for me, which is always, well, probably I should play a bit more iRacing first before I switch them. It just seems to me that they needed to message the style of the game a bit more, because it looked to be a departure from previous Project Cars games. Oh, there we go, working now. Evening Phil, you haven't missed much. I started the stream slightly earlier than I was planning because I didn't want to miss this race. Now the stream deck's working. All good. All good in the house. Hope everyone else as well. Hope everyone else had a good Monday and mostly Tuesday as we head towards a bank holiday weekend. Last chance to eat out to help out. I haven't done it yet, but maybe I need to eat out to help out. Rookie Grey, like if you're an addict you can race 48 times at Big Willow in one day and it can take you an hour to practice it up and qualify. Yes, Fast and Furious on GT Sport. Evening Danny Smith, good to have you in the stream. I'm struggling on this one. Well, I haven't driven the GTR in a long time, so let's see what happens. Bill G had one get Red Bull, got punted in the shadow. Don't know if you're still using your oh, it's not good. Okay. Don't know if you're still using your psychedelic RCZ. What are people going for here? 312 advantages. I've got to be very careful with the GTR because it can be quite lethal actually. That's my memory of it. Just about all set up. Right, let's see what's what. Back in the game. Dr. Benji, get ahead of the good doctor ahead. What's going on here? What's this chap doing around the outside? Bernardo Silva and Bernardo Nunez. Sneaky me, probably going to sneak up the inside here as well. Just take it easy the first time. Okay, we were only 7 seconds off P1, whereas in at Spa we would be, what, about 15 seconds off? So that's pretty good. John Player Special. We might need to buy an Aston. But these are my first laps for a couple of days, so... Now this was a tricky corner on Sunday. The apex that time. And then bottled it. Is that another Simpsons car? Simpsons rival. That's like the Toro Rosso to my Red Bull. We've got to beat the other Simpsons car. I think my livery's a bit better than his, to be honest. Not that it's my livery. He might have created that. Whoops. Alright, about time we kind of get in the groove and start moving up, I think. Looks like 3 abreast there. That's a third gear corner in the Aston T1, so probably the same here. Now this is quite tasty, isn't it? I think what we're gonna do. Whoa, no. Kind of like a bit of a Moses effect there. He was a kind of bit-rate Old Testament bloke, not quite Moses. Can't think of any bit-rate Old Testament guys or girls. factory Simpson here, moving up nicely. The GTR is just a little bit of a pain on the hard tyres, because I think the Aston's a bit more drivable. Kind of, it squirrels around a bit, getting the power down. Right, let's try and get a decent lap in here. Third gear. Oops. Oh, I don't think third gear works anyway. Oh, it's getting very aggressive there. I'll take out my Simpsons colleague. Oh no, 2 seconds. Well, that was quite aggressive. Right, let's try and get after the 78. Difficult corner this when you don't have your braking marker visible. Don't want to pick up a penalty. I think there's a penalty zone up here. Right, let's try and get off the RCZ now. I don't know if we do turn one in second or third. Have a look. Let's keep it in second this time. Too deep. But you hit the limiter, so it's a tough one. I don't know what people think. Is that clearly a third gear corner? I suspect so. Very gingerly around there. I probably shouldn't be losing time to an RCZ if I get it picked up properly. Deep. Very fussy, this GTR. It's going to be a penalty for me. Come back. Nope. Okay, last lap. And we've got to try and do some kind of move here. So I just tried to upshift quickly there, and that also hasn't really worked. See if we can get that back. I think we're going to run out of track. Unless he goes for a dive bomb here and takes them both out, it's possible. another SR down. So two relatively gentle taps there, and we got 2 orange SR downs. I'm a bit surprised by it. It's close quarters racing for sure. Good evening, everyone. No, it was in the Aston's best car for this. Yeah, I know. The Aston's a really good car for this. Very drivable. New glitch. Yeah, that was strange at the start. That. Good to have you, Issa. Good to have you, Road Warrior Max. BF4, was that Battlefield 4? Old school. It actually feels strange saying Battlefield 4 is old school. Battlefield 2 is kind of old school for me. Phil, how long will the wall last? That's a good point. Let's get the fan on. Oh. Okay, well I need to charge keyboard first, then I'll do the fan. It lasted quite a long time on Sunday because anyway I didn't eat it. Evening to Nish Plays. Nish Plays has done all the fancy stuff. You can see here all the kind of glossy stuff Dinesh Plays has done, so get in touch with him if you want the same. It is quite a nice look. Bear with me a second here. I'm not very good at this stuff. Make sure we don't miss the next one. We can mix it up with cars actually. Why don't we try the Corvette? See what's what with the Corvette. Then we'll get a car of the day after next race maybe, so we can put it all on black and hope we get something decent. Pro level streamers have this all set up. Issa, as much as I like GT 49, I'm not sure if I can justify $40 for PS Plus. There's a promotion on at the moment where if you're a new or expired member, you can get 25% off a year of PS Plus. That may or may not be worth it. I think it's worth it. You also get free games as well, so you know, for someone who's looking to start gaming now, picking up a used PS4, you must be able to get them around the £100 mark on eBay, and a year subscription to PS Plus for about £40. £140, loads of free games, online multiplayer. Pretty good. I have too many subscriptions. I need to cut them down. Just shell out for iRacing again. Don't really use that. Georgie agrees. Not sure I will either. It's a shame about the subscription. Obviously, it all used to be free. Let's try and get this chat box working. It should pop up. See? Rocky Gray, good lap by the leader makes me think they will reset A drivers. Yeah, it's not like it used to. We used to kind of blow through and take first place. Those were the old days. Easter car recommendations for race C don't have the TT. I was using the McGann Trophy on Sunday, and it seemed really good. Then someone called Red Angel joined the lobby and was absolutely destroying it in the Citroen, which is a car I haven't really seen used before. But otherwise, I think the Dodge Viper was a pretty good choice in the race, although I didn't personally get on with it that well. Oh gee, I lost SR 1000Di on race 1 here, in one race here. Whoops. I don't know what happened to my one, I have to check it up. Danny Smith, you sound a hell of a lot like Super GT, but I'm not. It's just a microphone filter. You can download it. It just makes you sound like Super GT. The GT filter. Road Warrior Max, I still play Battlefield 2. Battlefield 2 was an absolutely great game online. Probably one of my first forays into online gaming. I think, was it 64 player or 128 players? I used to play as a medic quite a lot and just revive people. An interesting Battlefield 2 on console was a completely different game and actually was a really good game. As we go off track. LG 458 Vet should be good here, okay. Is the Corvette the one I need to short shift? Because as we know, I'm not very good at that. No. Chucky, just hang around a little. Good to see you. Looking forward to racing with you in SSBB this season. I won't be able to make the race on Friday because I'm getting ready for karting. Otherwise, I need to choose my cars for next season. Didn't know. We'll look into it. It's reasonable, but I get $4.50 an hour. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I'm sure if Sony could, they would do a student tier. You know, a student discount, but it would just be abused. There's a flat rate, which is quite a regressive tax, essentially, to play online. But like I said, you do get the games with it, so, you know, Fall Guys was free last month. I haven't played it yet, actually. You often get a Call of Duty or something thrown in there, so if you look at it in the round, it's not bad. I have Game Pass Ultimate on Xbox and PC, and that's £11 a month, flat rate, after the promo stuff runs out, so that's quite expensive. When you look at it that way, PS Plus isn't as bad. Chucky, you're better than Super GT. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. We've had some wheel-to-wheel action, and he has graced us with his presence in the stream. 64 players. Yeah, I missed that game. I wish there was an easy way to play old PC games in a faff-free way. Like, you just download one thing and it just works. Rocky Gray, the TT and your favourite car, the VW. I'm a big fan of the Scirocco, the Scirocco. Pretty good doing 2771. Yeah, I think it is just get the hard tyre off as quick as possible. Be a bit careful getting into the pits at Big Willow. You can try and take too much speed, and then there's a little jump, and if you go over the jump you actually get reset after the pits. It's a bit weird. Road Warrior Mats, PS, love the 360 camera and the karting vids. I could easily fit a nitrous kart. Yeah, I could do one of those, some of the karts I've had. But I have a video that's uploaded, just need to put the title. That's me in a 2-stroke car. I just wanted to upload it to show actually how, when you go karting, I know that all the karts are meant to be the same, but they're not. And sometimes you can have really big disparity. It's something that we often don't think about because we don't want it to be the case. I just thought I'd put an example up there, and then you can, maybe if you go karting and you have some disparity, you can use that video as a benchmark to see if it's better or worse. Or the one I'm going to upload, I think, is a threshold of when you should change the kart. And I uploaded a couple of heats for a final that I got into. Battery ran out just before the end of the final. just before I got my trophy, but I will upload that as well. Rocky Grey, £1 a week is not overcharging. I guess if you look at it that way, it's £1 a week, right? Which doesn't seem so bad. But I think it's all these subscriptions add up. You've got Netflix, Spotify, Amazon. Yeah, people have all sorts of subscriptions. It can actually add up to be a substantial amount. Piece together 360 cameras, cool. Yeah, that's good to hear. That's really good to hear. I haven't really uploaded that many pure 360 vids before. LJ, he was in the daily I was in last week. That's good to hear that Mr. Super GT is out and about, prowling a lot. Oh shit. Almost forgot. There we go. Right, we've got the Beetle there. We used the Beetle here in FIA a couple of weeks ago and it wasn't that good. A short shift, they say. How much? Half bar? I'll try and be disciplined and do it. It means I'll take T1 in third, I guess. If I don't hear the car, if I never hear this over rev, I won't feel like I'm missing something, if that makes sense. Ooh, that's a hard hit in the barrier there. Take it, these kind of racing and iRacing would be absolute chaos. Right. I can see a green Aston there, would be good to get up with him. Nope. Absolute carnage, another SR down. Well, we have caught up with this green Aston. Brakes squealing there. A couple of American cars up here. And a 4C. Maybe the short shifting is working. Interesting. Yeah, I think the penalty system is at a stage where I don't really start the week on my main account. It's just too risky. This feels much safer through turn 1, by the way. The GTR really didn't like coming out of turn 1. Ooh, got someone right behind me. It's going to take a penalty very soon, though. Just on my inside. I'll take that result, all things considered. Just avoided him. You can see people really struggling on exit, even in the Aston. Someone's gone very deep. Well, I can recommend the Corvette over the GTR. I don't know what the lap times are going to be like. We're not really having that many clean laps. 4Cs all over the road. Oh, lots of fucking hell. Do we call that a brake check? Back in the Borstal division, as Ian would call it. It's always a bit more shocking in VR when you have an unexpected collision. really wanted to get close to the apex there because we've been squeezed out wide the last couple of laps. Right, looks like that 4C is getting away. We should be able to reel him in. I did put an order, not an order, I just put an offer on a T500 RS on eBay. Thought I was going to get a bargain. T500 RS with a separate GT3 rim. And then it was one of those eBay ones when like the last 2 seconds the bidding goes up £100. So my dreams were crushed. But anyway, then I was doing some research, and actually people say that the T300 is a better reel than the T500. Which doesn't seem to make sense with the numbering, but maybe that is right. So maybe I should be looking for a used T500 anyway. Maybe I shouldn't be looking for a used wheel at all. But yeah, I don't know. Just hoping he was going to go too deep. We don't need to fight too much. We can catch this 4C. He's spinning over a little bit. Very risky to go around the outside here. I'd rather do this. He's taken the outline there. Just go straight on. Right, I feel like we've got to squash this little 4C here. All the big cars have been fighting and this 4C's managed to escape. We're going to hunt it down. It's game over. What are we talking? 1 second. Might get a penalty there. No. Half a second. That's not a lot of good opportunities to overtake, to be honest. We can pressure him, which is almost as good. Thinking maybe penultimate corner. Must be feeling the pressure now. Lag. Not the best one I'd want, but we're going to go for it. He's going to get a penalty there. To be honest, he almost made that work. He didn't need to turn in so much, I think. Good result anyway. Hey, that's the first time ever in a game. Look at all those penalties at the back. That's the first time ever in a game that I've felt comfortable short shifting. I don't know if that showed. Well, I think it's because I just never heard the car rev out, I think. I was just like, well, this is normal. Whereas when I hear a car rev out, I feel like, okay, well, that's where I need to get to before I change gear. I know it's probably stupid. Evening Al. Great to have you on stream. Evening Ian as well. If you mentioned old PC games, easy to download by Steam. I do have Steam, and I have just what seems to be a huge Steam library that you just indefinitely scroll. But I didn't articulate myself there. What I kind of mean is Battlefield 2 was like one of the best games of its time, and the servers were chock full. It would be great if, you know, it was just re-released in a very bare bones way. It's not really touched up or anything. It's like, yeah, servers are online, easy to download, bang, bang, bang. It's not like you're installing a game from what is now. Wow, Battlefield 2 must be 15 years old. Is that right? That makes me feel old. We'll go again with the Corvette. I really enjoyed the Corvette. And then yeah, tomorrow Nations Cup as well. Hope everyone's enjoying the stream. Hope everyone's having a very good Tuesday. Only a few days left before the bank holiday. Please do feel free to gently tap that like button. Just enough to actually register a like. And feel free to subscribe as well if you'd like. Completely up to you. Right, let's get into the track here. Ian, long day, chill out mode now. Yeah. I think they must place bank holidays strategically. Maybe they are where they are. It's like the week before bank holiday. You're kind of looking forward to it. I am anyway. Oh gee, why did he hit the anchor? That was weird. It's almost like he was trying to take the penalty, maybe. Rocky Curry made me jump as well. It's like, wow, I didn't expect that. But Corvette's super nice, so maybe do I need to be half shifting? Can I go a bit more? But I was trying to go half, and I was inevitably going a bit over half, so maybe 2/3. It was working very nicely. Let me check what the alt account is saying. Evening, Steve. Good racing with you on Sunday. What's my profile name? There we go, same as my other one but with the space. So on the alt account, the SR's 43, which is not that bad. I've been taking a bit of pummeling in these races actually. And the DR is 11,000. I think we're gaining about... We might be gaining about 1,000 a race, I don't know. Mr. Josetti right at the top here. Steve loved it, kept botting race C. Yeah, well, I bottled it as well one time. I don't know what your favourite car there was. I don't know if we should do a race C this evening. Maybe we should. From the back might be quite interesting. I was in the McGann Trophy, and I know it shouldn't really make sense there. But it was so... It turned in so well to the corners, it made the track a bit more fun. And maybe that's more important. I don't know about anyone else, but for me, Big Willow, not my favourite track. Just you don't have any trees like this, any marshals, any red and white curbs, any grass. It's like a bit of asphalt in a desert. It's a bit alien to me. It's not my favourite track, but the McGann kind of dances around it, McGann Trophy. Georgie, I'm down to 21k DR and 920. That's brutal. Did you get a reset, or did you just been donating DR, keeping your race? That's quite brutal. Maybe we'll do a few more race Bs on the alt account, and then we'll switch over to the main account, set a quali time, and do that. Steve, I'm stinking this week. Some Lynx Africa on. What time are you lapping at the moment? I don't know. I can't remember. I think a mid 129 for quali would be good if I remember. Is my hunch. Fuji was reset 2 weeks ago. Ouch. We need a reset GIF. At the moment, the best I can do is... Best I can do is that one. Damn it, got reset. Oh, how are you getting on to see yourself, Steve? Yeah, I'd be interested about the CSL League. Steve got 129.5 at the moment. Optimus on 29. That seems pretty fast. I mean, if you get in the 128s, I think that's really, really fast. Just going on what we were doing on Sunday. We were in a lobby with Thunders. He set the fastest time in the world early on in the week. But let me stop imagining and let me look up the times. BRRB, whatever it is, imagining lap times. Right, daily events. Daily events, Red Bull Ring, EMEA. I mean, Steve, if you get into the 129s, sorry, 128s, you're going to be in the top 70, which is very good. Nathan is at the moment is 81 with a 129 dead of this parish. Let's see if there's anyone else I recognise. Carry WRX, we race him a lot, he's 48th with a 128.8. Key 25, 33rd with the 128.8. Catfish, 128.8, 30th. Thunders, 128.6, 15th. And then you get into kind of alien territory. Yeah, maybe we'll do some race B on the main account. Try and set a good lap time in the Aston. Is the Aston definitely the best car? I mean, the Corvette feels pretty good. Scrolling down to anyone else I recognise. Momo's 91, 287. Momo's is slipping. What else we got? Carlos 93, Marquez 316. Calendrengen. Calendrengen is he in your team, Phil G? I seem to remember he's in your next gen outfit, or maybe that was another team that we raced. Anyway, I was hoping to see someone I recognise from the stream, but Basic Ollie 371. Yeah. I was scrolling on my phone. Can you see the top 10 on the board? Sorry, that was all BRB using your imagination. DBR9. Someone's in the GTR. Wouldn't be surprised to see that in the wall pretty soon. We're in the BB lobbies now. Starting to get more Vantage country. Evening KK. Hope you enjoyed the lobbies on Sunday. G 129 would be good, but I did 130 and started 10th. Sounds like mid 129s is a good place to be. Steve took 10 days to get used to pedals. I don't know what pedals are they. The V3 Fanatec pedals. KK, watch out for any contact if they put you from behind. Yeah, we've been getting lots of SR downs here actually. Enough to kind of raise eyebrows, I think. Because they're the kind of things that kind of contact that I'd probably make on my main account. Would you CRT is your team? Okay. My chosen car is the NSX. Careful of the curbs, negative acceleration. Yeah, that's the difficulty here, is the acceleration out of low speed sections. KK have a 128 full. Wow, that is super fast. That's getting close to top 10 territory, isn't it? Big congrats. Oh, got to put the headset on. Get too distracted with the chat, and then I'm like, oh, I went to race. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Is that the Peugeot ahead? Let's not rev it. We'll do it about. Okay. Let's try and move on up again. It's a good combo, this. It's been a good combo so far. Suzuka's a bit of a serious track. That was Race B recently, I believe. Spa's quite a serious track. This is... Concentrate here. This is a bit more of a relaxed track. Not going to be in the tow here. Look at that. We want to be in that pack ahead. Oh, very defensive there. Ford GT going walkabout. Another SR down there for the slightest of taps. I didn't even really feel it. Potential SR killer this race. Too deep there. We haven't made that mistake yet today, I think. Yeah, the one thing about my setup, and I mean the whole setup, so streaming, racing, the one thing that I absolutely have no complaints about are the pedals. And I was basically... Whoops. No, I slowed down. I was basically kind of forced to buy them because they were the only pedals available at a specific point in lockdown. I'm very glad I did. Bit of an aggressive move, I'd say. From Mr. Hanks. The penalty system has decided that that's all fair. Another missile. Got lucky there. Am I going to pick up a penalty? No. I kind of... I didn't really mind hitting this guy, considering that he torpedoed about 3 of us. Now we've got to play catch up. Look at the penalties. Whoops. So get back in the groove, but we're 18 seconds off the leader. Now at Spa last week. Catch up. Check this out. So at Spa last week, basically going up into Eau Rouge, so turn 2, I'd already be 15 seconds behind. Qualifying was super important for that race. So he's quit. The thing I've noticed about these races from the back on the odds count, you have to be very clean at cutting through the traffic and the carnage and just break away from it if you get caught up in it. You just lose so much time. Ooh, we've gone too deep. I would like to catch up with our Czech friends. Maybe we can get a little tow. Not the best exit there, but we'll get tow back. Oh, really not a good exit. Must have gone too far over the sausage. We made slight contact there. No penalty. Right, aiming for 11th. Not really heady heights, but oh, that might be a penalty. Let's have a look. Get them all out of the way of this race. Can't seem to make any real headway here, which is a bit disappointing. He's at it again, the Czech guy. Bit of a road warrior himself. Shame about the penalty, because we could have tried to set something fast in this lap. Yellow flag. Do need to get that corner right and just get the turning done and then get on the power and stay on the power. Slightly lazy on the power in a lot of places. That's the kind of thing that a bit of time trialing will sort out, but quite an eventful race that. Evening, Roswald. Hope you're well. Hope you've recovered from the PFI event. Kireth, why does your car keep dipping its front when you go past yellow bollards? Don't know. I don't know that it was. Dipping its front when you go past yellow bollards. You mean on the track, like the kind of sausage curbs? Am I missing a joke here? Get with the game. Not a good one for the SR, Mr. Hanks. I think one to watch out for. Oh, the yellow flags, because I'm taking a penalty in every penalty zone. You get an achievement if you do that. Sorry, catch up on the chat. Steve, saving up for load cells. Nice. Guys, with my ratings, DRC and SRB, and I use controller. Is 130 a decent lap? I think a 130 is a decent lap. I mean, this is in the race with no fuel and tyre, and people will have slipstreams, so I know we're in a lower lobby here. I think aiming for the 129 is a good place to aim for, and then trying to move down 129. I think we'll do another race. Hopefully it goes a bit better, and then maybe we'll switch to the main account and do a bit of time trialing and start racing on the main account. That sounds like a plan. Evening, Binny. Good to race with you yesterday. Although we had a bit of a comical situation yesterday when we just started the race and then Binny joined, and it was like full length race C run, so missed out. He said, wondering why I was lapped. I was on the Inters at Willow. Yeah, that's not the optimal tyre. I don't know why they let you use the Inters actually. It's not vaguely wet. Okay, you should set a quali time. Yeah, we'll do it on the main account. It's more fun to kind of barge our way through. We try not to barge our way through. We try and kind of, we're going for hot knife through butter. That's what we're aiming for. I'm going to get a reset. Oh yeah, we're on to the SR on that one. I just got a lot of track limits penalties though. Yeah, we lost a bit of S. With the Megane, you got to change front. Yep. Road Warrior Mats, we have a new name for Moors on track Road Warriors. I think so. I think that Czech guy was a Road Warrior. I mean, what else can we call him? He was highly defensive about his space on track. What else is highly defensive? Wild Boars, I think, are highly defensive, territorial. What else are territorial? Bees? Wasps? I don't know. I can't. There must be some. There are some really territorial animals and insects I just can't think about at the moment. Apologise. KK, don't use your main account. We will use the main account. That's what it's there for. It's there to get trashed, or the risk of it getting trashed is maybe an added factor for the stream. We are above 40 KTR, so racing should be good. Hippo, yeah, hippos are very defensive, I've heard. Road B. Road Hippo. Go with Road Hippo. It's not... It doesn't sound that complimentary, which it shouldn't. Steve, I don't think I'll go below 129. 129, 1 or 2. That would be a phenomenal time. I'd be very happy with that. I think Nathan's a 129.0. Russell, PFI is all the places for weather. Literally went from bone dry to having a bath. Got a 6 out of 10. Very good. I've never been there. Obviously, I've heard great things about this kind of mythical track that is meant to have state-of-the-art facilities. I did hear some grumblings about kart disparity, but I guess people pay a lot of money to do the PFI one, so amplifies all of that. KK far too high to use for these SR. I don't know, I think the racing is normally a lot cleaner on the main account. You think about the Spa races last week, they were really tactical, kind of strategic and very clean races. Apart from when we met Mr. Kev for games, and then we did almost get reset actually. Maybe that's an omen. Because that took us down to like 69 SAR, I think, something like that. But there's only so much race from the back I can do on the odds count. Before feeling like, yeah, I would like to race with them, you know, some super fast drivers in a clean way. Kev for games, yeah, then Binny binned him off. Kev for games versus the Road Hippo from the last race, that'd be a good battle. So yeah, have a think about what we should do after this. Should we do a race C, or should we go main account? But we'll have to quali first. I'm kind of easy as usual. We could try race A, see what's what. There should be some good racing tonight. It's a good combo, this. As always, feel free to just break, frankly render unusable that like button from being hit so many times. And or subscribe. In fact, just or subscribe. You can only do one or the other. Kev for games. I don't know if anyone's come across him, but he was also territorial. I think territorial is the right word. It's like, you can see it sometimes when you dive up the inside. Some drivers will go to turn in, and then they'll stop turning in, and they'll go back, and they'll give you the space because they recognise you've made a dive. Either you're going to claim the apex, or you're going to barrel past. So they just wait to see what happens and then turn in. Some drivers are very territorial and will preemptively block you, which I don't think is fair in the spirit thing. If you did that in karting, you would be the one who gets splat flag. Russell, the worst thing was one guy from lower class led a whole hour, then on the penultimate lap he got taken out, then T-boned and DNF. Oh, is that the video Steve posted? I didn't understand what was going on in that video. I've read that the guy behind thought that he was a back marker. It'd be like in Formula 1 if you came up against a Williams on the last lap, you'd assume they're lap traffic, and you be aggressive and they're going to move over, and actually the Williams was like in the lead. AK also, I want to clean my second. Also, you can do Willow with a one stop, but the pit time seems really short. Didn't was it Tessie Smith? Someone did a one stop. Was it Burst? Burst did a one stop on Sunday, whoever it was, Burst. And it worked out for him actually, but he was very good on the hard tyre. I'd much rather take the pain of the pit stop and then be on the medium tyre and be able to take opportunities on track. Big Azza in the McLaren F1. Russell, literally that is a shame. That's not good. And that's racing there. You can't retrospectively get the pace back or anything. That's better. Let's see. So if you get in the 129s in this lobby, you're going to be just like best lobby. Okay, 7-second pit stop. Yeah, but don't you... You get... What am I doing here? You get teleported in the pits, don't you, to the end of the pit lane, so you save a lot of time on track. Strangled by my own cables. What a way to die. There we go. Rodori, didn't Ocon do that to Verstappen? I can't remember that. I feel like I'd remember that. But I haven't been super religious about F1, please. No blue flags in karting. You just... There's no obligation to move over, you just... The cart's overtaking you. Russell would probably lap me at least once a season in the Sprint 60. Haven't been lapped yet though, on Accolade. Full screen. Getting better. Right, let's less the shenanigans, more the racing. It always seems to be about 4 wide going into turn 1 ahead. Six and a half seconds off the lead. It's not bad. Don't even think about it, pal. So yeah. Still 6.5 seconds, or 6 seconds. Although the timing might go a bit funny. Slightly missed my brake marker there. No! Oh, I put my hands up, that was all my fault. I think we got off pretty lightly there, let's be honest. Okay, it's not the worst place to take the penalty here. Got to get that corner hooked up. I'm way too late on the throttle. Right, 9 seconds off the lead. Coming from short shifting or not. Still there. Oh, very nice. Very neat and tidy through there, Mr. Diego Paddle. Just slightly missed my braking point again. Find is such an awkward corner on this one. Okay, well the leader's not really getting away. It's a positive. I feel a lot more comfortable in the Aston getting on the power earlier there. people can fight a little bit more. Great. Oh, Valentino Rossi livery. Russ will approve. We'll try and get a closer look at that. Two Valentino Rossi liveries. What's going on here? It's a Rossi shootout. No! We've got ourselves in a Rossi sandwich. I'm having second thoughts about doing this on the main account. It's a bit of an aggressive move. Going to be a penalty for me? I slowed down. Yes, wow. Okay. We're picking up SR downs like candy, as they would say in America. Right, coming up to Big Azza. I never go defensive here enough, so I'm going to do this. That is a big fault of mine at this track. I never close the door there. Go for an optimistic move here if we wanted. I left my foot in there a bit. Bit of a naughty move. I think he had space on the outside. It was quite aggressive. Which way are you going, Big Azza? Last lap already. Whoa, what's going on there? Okay. Forgot I'm racing. Get Hamilton's here. No. And the Harrods car. Is that a Benetton? Really need to sort that corner out. Interesting ahead. Bit harsh. Could have sneaked to 7th place there. Wow, it's like bumper cars down here. Big Azza or by Gaza. If you called Big Azza by Gaza, I'm sure he'd punch you in the face. Road Warrior Mats, Ocon was blue flagged when Verstappen was leading a race and refused to play ball. Ah, okay. Well, this was like the opposite, but same dynamics. Roswell, you're going to be at Rye? Yes. I haven't been there for about 7 years. I haven't really done any physical preparation since the last time we were racing. And as you know, last time we were racing it was pretty tough. So we'll see how that goes. Thank God GT Sport doesn't do road insurance. Yeah, I know. That was pretty brutal, wasn't it? So what should we do next? Should we do another race B? Should we do a race C? Do we do some race B time trial? See you, Phil G. Thanks for joining, as always. Hope the climb DR goes well. How can that be your fault? You lost the car. Yeah, it's a penalty system. That's an algorithm. It's actually quite. If you could decide this kind of stuff by algorithm, they'd have it on cars, and your insurance policy would just they'd use it to decide who was at fault and stuff. It's just really difficult. And in iRacing, they say, look, we don't try and apportion blame because it would be impossible to do that by an algorithm. Bit of a dig. The Aston's so stable. Yeah, the Aston's a pleasure to drive around here. The Corvette's not bad either. I'm not too fussed about. The only thing is that race C kind of goes on forever. What people probably FF cars to qualify. It's a TT Cup. I'll leave it open. I mean, what should we do? Should we do a race? Another B? I mean, the Bs are quite fun. We are making headway. We could give race A a crack, but that's a bit risky because I've never driven that car. Don't know what tyres it is. Or we can do race C. C is a bit long. Evening Detonator, great to see you. Great to race you on Sunday. Race B. Okay, we'll do another race B. On the alt in the bet. Okay, we're gonna get a car on the Wheel of Cars, Wheel of Fortune. Here we go. What we got? It's a bit meh, isn't it? Is that an RCZ in there? Oh, it's an R8. I'm not going to say no to an R8. Is that when the R8... Is that the first R8 that came out, 2007? It was such a futuristic car back then. Now it's 13 years old and I say it still looks good. Or lobby. If people are up for a lobby, we could do a lobby. I'm going to do one more race B. Exercise some demons there. But if we want to do a lobby, we can do a lobby if anyone's got any good ideas. Relight Robin GT Sport. They do have some weird cars, and can you imagine if you supported touring cars? Yeah, they have actually announced a new BTCC game, although it's not coming out for ages. When the season started, they were like, "Oh, and there's a game coming too." Obviously, TOCA back in the day, that was pretty much peak gaming. We could have wrapped up gaming there. Have you picked your team for manufacturers yet? No. I might just do VW again. I don't know. I haven't really put any more thought into it. I don't know what other people are doing for manufacturers. Okay, Get to SR back to S. Yeah, we do it on the main account. I don't really care about the SR on this account. I'm up for lobby. Well, have a think about what combos you want to do. Seaside's always a good combo. I'm trying to think what's been the really good races this year. Monza's often good in the lobby. In the lobby, it's good. Monza no chicane Red Bull Junior. I'd throw in a vote for that. What else we got? I've never done Spa in the wet. That could be chaos. Maybe not a good one because I haven't done it. Tsukuba in something really weird, and like road to Tsukuba in like pickup trucks. Could be fun. Someone animated my logo for me in the top there. Throws the helmet up, which is very bad safety practice. I need to add a disclaimer to that. When they first sent it, it was blinking felt like every half a second, like I was having epilepsy. Ready to race. Yeah, Tucker. And Tucker race car drive. Was it race driver, race car? 1, 2, and 3. On the OG Xbox for me. These are great racing games. I think that lineage goes all the way through to Grid now. I have Grid on Stadia. I was thinking about doing a Stadia stream, but that's just too weird. Yeah, Detonator, if you're going to do Race B, I think you got to be a bit careful. You know, when you kind of tap the back of someone coming out of a brake, in an acceleration zone, so coming out of turn 1 or turn 2, those taps seem to give SR downs here. So you were the only one I know with Stadia, yeah. Actually, I have the Stadia controller thing. Stadia's a weird one. And actually, I think today they announced that Grid is leaving Stadia Pro, which is like the free, not the free. I don't know how to explain it. It's leaving a selection of games that you can play for no added cost. Donated the dreaded rear bump. Yeah, I've had a few rear bump penalties. I wonder if in the future we'll have SR downs, but in real life. If you bump trolleys for someone in the supermarket, immediate SR down on your personal SR. And you gain SR by being like particularly chivalrous and holding doors open and stuff like that. Okay, so when racing low lobbies, I find myself having to jump on the brakes. Yeah, it's something I find. It's like you don't want to do it because no one loses out if you give them a rear bump in terms of time. It's a bit of a counterintuitive one. I think I am getting a bit better at short shifting the Corvette, which is good. Short shifting has definitely been one of my weaknesses. Of many. Charlotte Jane 1999 in the V12. Maybe coming up against a female esports racer here. Yeah, I think starting from the back in like what is now a C lobby, because I guess that's due to our SR is pretty tricky. Big breaking points and the like. Easter went to optician's. Place I got the prescription only do online NHS vouchers. Place that had nice frames only does paper. I can't believe that's an issue. Surely you can get your prescription online. That sounds like an admin thing. I'd hope that. I mean, the NHS is famed being world beating when it comes to admin. Not. Hopefully you can fix it out. Get some new specs. Yeah, I'll close your eyes. I have issues when I race. Charlotte Jane playing in McDonald's. I have issues when I go karting. I tried to wear glasses last time. I was there with Roswald. I wore glasses for the first time karting in about 10 years. Left the pits and everything was just vibrating so much I couldn't see anything. It's just they weren't really wedged in, they were just floating about, and obviously there's so much vibration and shaking around. I'm shaking my helmet but you can't see it. It was just stupid, so I came back in and put contacts on. But I'd be interested to know if other people who race who managed to do it with glasses, because this I have with contacts is that they also fall out. I also have issues with my vision when it comes to racing. Someone's in the wall there already and quit. So I'm going to brake nice and early here. Fuck. If you say it loud enough that you're going to brake early, hang on, I'll break it down in a second. So the issue was, normally I would much rather just go for an overtake there, on the assumption that I'm going to brake later than them. But then at the last moment I thought, no, I'll take it easy and I'll brake earlier, and I just didn't. Or didn't brake early enough. Anyway, we paid our dues and we're only 8 seconds off the lead, so it's not bad all things considered. So easy to get a penalty there. Right. He's going to get a penalty. Where is he? Yes. We've got to make a move on our Italian friends here. Get the move done. So we've gone wacky races. Whoa, okay. I mean, this is penalty central, isn't it? It's as bad as it gets. I'll give you space. Oh, I should have. There we go. Okay. These two people squabbling. Oh, if we'd taken a better line, we would have profited there. Sometimes you've got to be in the right place at the right time, and that's my fault for not. Right, what are we going to do here? having a bit of a lover's tiff here, these two. And what's the penalty system going to say about that? Penalty gods, what say ye? Okay, so good. Worried about this. See, this is that moment when... if you don't escape the chaos will find you. I was close to escaping with that because I saw the guy come on my radar, pulled out, and then took another glancing torpedo. That's my bad. Need to be a bit better at that corner. Surely we're going to get past these two. Side by side, he's going to get a bit of a toe maybe, but we'll be there. Just missing out on a toe here. Almost a good move. Maybe touched there. I hope you're watching Dosinator because that's like that on the main account isn't a lot of fun. No penalty from there. What are we doing there? That's probably poor form, but maybe we should have moved over. I've no idea how we've ended up battling for 6. Don't think we've really merited that at all. We've got a sea of Spaniards ahead. Presumably he's going to go quite defensive here. Let's have a look. Maybe not. Quite neatly parked on the apex. Now this is where I don't go defensive enough normally. People just creep up the inside. If you can go around the outside here, fair play to you. So fair play to him now. It was quite early on the break. How he escaped penalty there. Now that was like F1. It was always going to happen at the last corner. Larry's got past. And I would just get absolutely mugged. Maybe even Charlotte Jane's going to get past, right? Brutal. Look at the penalties. This is actually much worse than I thought it was going to be for penalties. I hadn't considered this at all to be a bad penalty race. Eating Panagiotis. Wow, this is do the usual caveat. It's alt account racing from the back. We're now gone down to D. See, Issa. Hope you get your glasses sorted. Wow. I wasn't really expecting these kind of races here. In my head it was all going to be kind of nice and clean and we'd have clean races. I'm happy to do another one because they are entertaining. Definitely elbows out. Ian, tip on glasses for racing and see what available in work safety. I think for racing, you need them to be very tight. Switching to reserve. Yeah, don't blame me, Detonator. Lining up next one. Okay, maybe we'll see you in the place. The Sunday lobby was cleaner. Yeah, that's why I really enjoy the Sunday lobbies, because we have really close, clean, as far as I see it, racing. Where yeah, we're making contact. They're side by side, but people are leaving each other space, and it's a bit kind of it's like touring car contact. And I really enjoy it. Your BB. AKBB now to CD. Well, Cake might see you into this one if you come. Detonator well ahead. Let's see what that's done to the SR. Spoiler, it's not good. So we were on... I think when we started this evening we were on 53. And now we're on... Well, who wants to guess what we're on? $17 to go lower. Now we have played this game before and we've been 1, so that is kind of the we can go there. Minus 100. We are higher than minus 100. Negative SR. It's indefinitely negative SR. We're on 13. Ian's close. Ian's got a good eye for the. There we are. So on 13, we did get reset, by the way. We got reset down to C. 7,000. I believe we got reset. Otherwise, we're on a really round number for no reason. We're on 7,000. So we're in, as we call it, Borstal class now. We're full on Borstal. Destruction Derby, yeah. 7k is a reset, okay. Nice. Honestly, if we'd started tonight on the main account, and let's say we hadn't spent a lot of time doing a quali time because, you know, we're streaming and we want to get racing, so we're starting middle of the pack, the chances of getting reset are quite high. Because it's the kind of... It's the innocuous contact that's coming with the orange SR down arrows. It's not really the penalties. The orange SRs, I think, which are killing it. Sunday is minus the deliberate hits as well. Yeah, I know. It's a very much different kind of racing here. An interesting way of looking at it is if you think like top 16, and even just you you know, A+ A lobbies, just generally the lobbies that we're using on the main account. That's pretty close to iRacing for me. A bit more contact, but in terms of the willingness to accept someone overtaking you, I say it's close to iRacing. It seems to be the lower you go down lobbies, the more you end up in kind of like Need for Speed, Grid, Forza, you know, arcade games, The Crew. It seems to be these are what these lobbies are about. If you're a new driver coming to GT Sport, it must be tough because this is what you see at the beginning. Nature, it's a subtle non-penalty SR. Yes, it's weird. I'd rather get a penalty. I'd rather every time you get an SR down, orange SR, you get a penalty, because at least then in the race you'd be like, okay, well I'm, you know, it'd be like a bit of electric shock. I'm not going to do that again. But you can just accumulate them without realising. Young offenders. Yeah, get juvenile pension. KK, because no one on daily races likes being overtaken or they want to overtake and can't. Yeah. 100% agree. If someone overtakes me clean, I have a lot of respect for it. It's like when someone went around the outside of me going into the hairpin here in the green Aston. I was like, fair play. Respect you for going around the outside, looking to go around the outside and making it work. I'm not even mad. That's pretty cool to watch. And all my best racing GT Sport, when I think about the kind of Club 100 team versus team racing, you know, overtakes are well earned, and you know, you talk about the race. That was a great move you did there. Blah, blah, blah. Same with karting. Whereas here it's like, my only mission is to not let you get past. I'm just going to, and if that means blocking you, then I'm going to block you. At least getting a penalty separates you. Yeah, that's true. But how's that going to go down, Detonator? More penalties? Maybe they had feedback on there was too many penalties. So they've started giving the SR downs instead. I don't know. Yeah, this has been surprising. Steve, gonna try and race. Oh, good luck. Godspeed. I don't think I have any appropriate gifts for this. Another SR down. Oh, we do have the fire. Wheel on fire. I forgot about that. Could use that last. Then we've got the owl gift. Owl still need to replace this one. Same for Ian. Get to those. I don't think you're going to be in with me, mate. I'm a CD now. I'm literally optical media. Old school. AAA. If you're AAA, you're in the battery lobby. If you're CD, you're in the second-hand music shop. If you're DD, you're in Ann Summers. If you're BB, you're in Star Wars. It's not as much fun I thought it'd be going through those combos. BB has got. I'd kill for BB. Got an EC in here on the new account. We go again. Once more unto the breach. I think Steve and Detonator, you might be. Oh, you're talking about each other. Yeah, whoops. Third wheeling that conversation. We could set a quality time, but I think it's quite fun coming from the back. My bumper is not your brake. That's true. Look at the cars going around. Wheel is nice and cool. As the ambient temperature gets cooler, we won't have the same problems with the wheel. It's just in the summer. And I doubt next summer we'll still have the T150. I'll say it quietly. T150 gets. May the SR gods be with you. Yeah, that has to be the greeting before every race. Likewise, everyone else who's racing. I hope you've made your sacrifice at the altar of PD. What have we got here? A couple of Brits around us, then we got Italians, Spaniards, Belgians. Let's see what's what. That's a cool livery. End racism. No room for racism. Very cool livery by Mr. Blue Poacher. End punting. No room for punting. Maybe we need one of those. Right, AMGs to get past. Is that a Porsche? Great start. You know what? I think that. Let's get around this corner first. I'm going to put my hands up there. I think I'm way too impatient on the first corner. There's no need. I know that I'm going to have to go really slowly to follow him. There's no need for me to do that move, so I put my hands up there. And try and learn from it. I don't need to be doing that on literally before the start finish line. Penalty god smiled upon me there. Right, let's start moving upwards. Three wide there. Because that little move on turn one, attempted move, has basically cost me a lap. And there's not many laps here. Might be a cut. Ooh, I thought I'd get away with it. Quite a cool livery, Mr. Fantastic. There's no point doing anything stupid here. Let's add it to the penalty, why not? But again, I think that's kind of my fault, because if I go to the inside there, even if I brake earlier, there's always going to be a kind of pincer movement there. So really I should have just been on the outside, but then how am I going to gain places? Still not quite getting the rotation done early enough to catch up with the Polish guy. Take both of them here, hopefully. I saw it happening. Wasn't too much I could do to avoid it, I think. Is he going to brake? Yep. And a quit. How we ended up 9th here? Thing is, if you get reset on the main account, you will end up here on the main account. And then you might just need to do a load of big willows. Right, let's try and set a fast lap at least. Be a cut, yeah. So you can't just take loads and loads of that on the inside. Wow, they caught up behind. Right, I'm going to be patient here. I'm just going to observe and bide my time. I'm not going to rush into anything. Ooh. If we moved up, we could get 7th. Just avoided the penalty there. Not fantastic through there. Right, let's see what happens here. Presumably someone's going to get spat out here on the outside. There we go, even if only slightly. That was quite respectful by those two actually, through there. That was like a rugby step, that one. Oh no, I thought I could hold it. That was going to be a monster drift. And then the second missile hit. Woo! Oops. We're not really braking 100% actually. Okay. It's pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. I think we probably reached the limit of what we can do on the old account. at this race at the moment. Although there is a part of me that thinks there is a skill to just kind of getting through everyone here. It's almost like a single player challenge. I don't know how it went for Detonator and Steve and anyone else also on the odd account. KK have a portable fan. Yeah, I have the same. They should bundle it with the T150. Oh no, we lost SR. The SR saying. Oh, we're still on 11. I'm actually losing it. Evening, Dr. Wang. Good to have a doctor in the house. We have a medical emergency. So it was still on 11, Ian. I'm surprised. I thought we'd be down to 1. Right, what do we want to do next? Do we want to... Is it... Daily Race C isn't... It's not my favourite race. But it might be fun to do. What cars do we have? Can do it in the Scirocco. Can do it in... Oh, we have to wait ages. Okay, well we can do that at 11:30 maybe. Is it enjoyable to watch race bees? If so, we can keep cracking on. I'm actually having fun doing it. I'm just aware that it's very different to what we normally do, which is, you know, try and race in the AA plus lobbies. So it's not a typo, it's actually 1. We have been 1 before. Let me double check. No, it's 11. 11 times higher. Double teamed. Yeah, some battles there. Sometimes people are having really aggressive battles and you just kind of want to let them do it and exit stage left and you glide on by. Steve just moves up to BA. Wow. Set a lap time. Should we do that then? Let's set a lap time. Howard, watch the spin off. We'll set a lap time here. We'll do race B and then we'll do a race C. How about that? No ghosts, so we'll set a couple of laps based on what I think are the correct lines and stuff. These must be people completely new to the game. Yeah, or they're getting something different out of the game. They don't have aspirations to, you know, because it is fun in the way to kind of wrestle like that on the track, but I think racing games mean different things for different people. Let's set a lap time then. Hang on a second, bear with me. I need to sort out my pedals because they're not. Oh, that's too much that way. I'm not actually braking with full force. Okay. Right, remember to short shift. I think we'll keep it in second through here. It's very difficult with a ghost to see where you're not losing time, where you are losing time. I guess anything in the low 30s. Missed that apex, as I often do. Missed that one too. Could have been on the power sooner there. Okay, let's see what they're saying. First lap. Okay, low 30s. Don't think that's going to be a penalty. So looking at this time, you can gain up the hill. And I'm still probably losing a lot of time there. Just about got time for... That was a pretty poor mistake by me because I went too deep on lap 1, so I should have dialed it back. I don't really have a fantastic brake market there. Don't think that was as good as the last lap. Yeah, well that was my go, so it really wasn't that good. At least we've got something to chase. Brake a bit earlier here. On the power a bit earlier there. Gaining time. Okay, maybe what, 10th, maybe less. Okay, something on the board. Let's see where they put us at. What's my brake balance at? Oops, didn't see. I think it's -1. I think we'll have some decent pace on here in the Aston when we use the Ghost. I mean, that lap time for number 1, I think that's a pretty decent lap time for a C driver. A very good lap time for a C driver. So maybe people are getting reset. I don't know. Could be a different race up here though. What is my brake balance set up? Let's double check. -2. I don't know if that's... I don't really know what I'm doing with the brake balance on this car. Feels pretty good. Big K. Moved on from Big As to Big K. Right, I Hopefully a slightly different race. Let's have a look. The Corvette not that popular, but it seems to be okay. I definitely haven't felt like, oh, this is really unsuited to this map, but you know, with BOP on, they are meant to be equalised. See if you pick up any. Look at that Cadbury's car. That makes me hungry. Very nice. When you break into T4, let's say right understeer. I do feel understeery in the kind of two long left-handers in the middle of the track. I often feel like I'm quite understeery, or the car is understeery. That's why I really enjoyed the Scirocco at Spa, because actually it felt pretty nimble. No shenanigans at turn 1, that's a rarity. Bit of a late move by that chap there. I don't think any of us have got a penalty. Has this guy got a penalty? Hopefully not. He might do actually. Okay. So I was craning my neck to see if he had a penalty. I think I just kept a wheel on the curb there, hopefully. Fingers crossed, yeah. Completely missed that apex. Right. Stretch the legs a little bit now, looks like a good battle for the lead. Seem to catch this going third. We just gain a couple of tenths, we'll start putting him under pressure. Very good battle for the lead. Different race up here. We see someone go off. Didn't get my angles right there. Maybe I should be taking out a third. Oh, one of them's got a penalty. That's going to mix up. It's going to release the leader, but it's going to mix it up, I think, for the battle for second. Cadbury's car. Ooh. thought he was going to save it there. Just a cheeky no-scope 360, but missed a cream egg. Cut. I think it was an attempted cutback. Ooh. Yikes. What can we say about that? And we're back to 11th place. I think we need to add him to the listing, and I don't think we'll see him again. Here's Mr. Cadbury's man again. It's good driving actually, nice. Cadbury's man. Like big crowd of cars here. Way too deep. Right, last lap could be fun. Yeah, maybe it's better in third that corner, get a better drive. Oh, there's Cadbury's man. I wasn't trying to hit this guy, so at some point you have to get on the throttle because it's an uphill corner. Maybe he's not a fan of the stream. That's amazing though, how we can end up in pretty much last place with basically what, 2 pumps? This has been a bit of an eye for me actually, what it's like racing in these lobbies. Chaos at the last corner. Very interesting. I don't know what you guys thought about that in the chat, but for me, right, I think if you're racing in Need for Speed or any of those kind of games online, I think that's part and parcel. And a lot of those games like actively encourage, you know, hitting people. We think about like burnout and stuff like that. And that's, I just imagine these are the kind of people, maybe kids, that are playing GT Sport because it's a racing game you can get for £15. And they find that fun. And in Need for Speed, the game is designed about hitting people and taking people out, and that is part of the game. I don't know if I'm making any sense here. Well done, Steve, on the quad. We need a quad emoji. At the moment, all we have is no emojis. Nice. I think we're going to head into Race C. We're going to head into the desert just to kind of cool off. And I think we'll do it in the Scirocco. Even though they're not going to be great on the tyres, but... The thing is, we were in third or fourth place, and the guy that ended up hitting us repeatedly, and I think lots of other people, he was in second place. He was in first and second. I think he was a pole sitter. So he set a lap time which is a 1:29.6, which I was saying beforehand, that's pretty good for a C driver. He got a beginner reset, but he's low anyway. He's not that far of a reset. I mean, I just got reset. I mean, I'd love to speak with these people and just be like, because I'm pretty sure they won't think they're doing anything wrong. They'll just think that's racing games. That's my hunch. I don't know what people think about that. Okay, great. You said you wanted chocolate. Got dunked in a big Cadbury's Easter egg. Not Easter egg, cream egg. So, I'm entered race C. If people want to do another race B, we can do that. If we want to do a lobby, we can do that. I think it'll be interesting to do a race C, maybe. We'll see. Kireth, people like him don't care about clean driving. Winning races is all that matters in regards to lobby. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of us in this stream, we have the perspective of, you know, having 30, 40, 50, 60. I think Roswell's were in about 70,000 DR, so it's a slightly tangential point, but it's not all about winning races. It's about becoming a better driver, for me anyway. The higher up you go in DR, the less likely you are to win races. That's just part and parcel of it. I'd much rather race in a top split FIA race, which we've done on this stream, and finish near the back, but race with fast drivers and get better, than win on a reset. That's kind of by the by, but it's an interesting comment, Kireth. Maybe if you don't think of it like that and winning's all that counts, then it doesn't matter if you get reset. There's literally no penalty because you can enter a race in the next 5 minutes. Good pace into Steve, sorry. I think you've got very good pace this track. Yes, 71 wins out of 140 races. So that's a very high win ratio. My win ratio is probably less than 10%. And in FIA, I think I've had like 3 wins in FIA. But that's a very high win ratio, which makes me suspect he is getting reset a lot. I'm sure his SR graph is like one of those heart monitor things. Donator got 16 wins. I've got to check how many wins do I have. Well, let me check onto the SR there. Oh, we gained a lot of SR there. We went up to 20. On the main account, we've won 53. So 583 races, that's a lot of races. Finished 577 of them and won 53. It's about 10%. Which I don't feel like I win 10% of my races. Maybe there are periods when I won a lot of races. Okay, you need a mid 117. I don't know. Should we do a quali here or not? My worry is that if I do a quali, we might just disappear into the distance. I know it's like, you know, second guessing. Whereas I think this race is long enough for us to bide our time and not get into trouble. So I'm happy starting this one from the back. Wins 53, 74 pole positions, 47 fastest laps. And at the moment the DR is 41,000. So bodes well for FIA. That's a great shout, Donator. That's a huge shout. I think we'll need to put it on for medium for the volley. Oh, hang on. Oh, there isn't. What am I talking? FIA race. We'll try the race in the back. I do really like this livery, by the way. Right, can I show you guys the pit glitch that we found yesterday? I'll try and replicate it. That's it. Oops. I've got to try and replicate it. It involves going off track, but not at that moment. No, that didn't work. Got to actually fly into the pits. One more time. I wasn't intending to do this yesterday, or Sunday even, but managed to do it. No, it hasn't worked. Anyway, if you fly into the pits, it will reset you, but it will reset you at the exit of the pits. And considering actually how long it takes to get down the pit straight, even though it resets you at no speed, I'm pretty sure that could be exploited. If you're a better driver than me. I'm going to try again. No, you got to not hit that wall. Anyway. I'm not very good at exploits. That's what someone who is good at exploits would say. Right. What are we talking here? Man, these are strange lobbies. A lot of TTs, a Scirocco, fellow Scirocco on pole. Beardy McBeard face. That's a big spread in the quality times. Get out on track. Whoops, I was trying to pull out of that and I just ended up fishtailing him. Probably made an enemy. jump identified. No. Feels like quite an exploity track. Right, let's see what happens here. So race C, we're on the hard tyre. Hit it for 1 lap, dump it. Mediums, work our way up. I can't remember what good lap times they are. I think 1:18s in the race are quite good. There's someone who joined our Sunday lobby, absolutely smoked everyone. In a Citroen. SPM. Grid start. Some people might not do it. I don't know why I turned the traction control off there. Just bide our time, be patient. We're on the hard tyre anyway, so we're going to be in the pits. Desert claims its first victim. Let's go on the right, it's a bit erratic. No, don't take out the 150. No, the 150's gone. My brake marker. Yeah, let's get rid of these hard tyres. That's going to be fun. Last corner now. We'll have to find a bush. Start moving up now. 18 seconds off the lead. Not patient, not very good at patience. It's interesting ghosting there. Clear. What's going on here? People are going to fall off at this last corner now. So that corner is so... Ooh. That's interesting. That corner's so good in the Megane. The Megane is just a dream through that corner. This is going to kill the front left tyre. Got to get my angles right. Too deep. It's a nice livery ahead. Custom TT livery. Don't want to get squeezed out into the desert here. Got squeezed out into the desert there. Go purple, off track. quite a good line by him, actually. There's been some quite aggressive ghosting. I don't know if anyone's noticed it. I think I need to swing out a bit wider and then take like a graceful arc. Right, at least I can see cars ahead. Where's 4th place? Oops. There's 4th place. Still a bit of a mystery for me, that corner, but anyway. That's a decent lap time, if I remember. It's too narrow. So here's our next prey. And you can see 4th and 3rd down the track. Someone's pitted. Right, that's a big gap to make up. Still feels very messy through there. I think we're catching them. There may be a pit stop ahead as well, but I don't think you lose that much time pit stop here. With all things considered, including where you come out on track. Oops. My lines for that corner are going to be so variable. Taking a really wide arc that time. Looks like it worked for sector 1. Could have been in the throttle a bit earlier there. We lost time in sector 2. Yeah. pit next lap, I think. This is as bad as the tyres are going to be. It'd be really helpful to have a ghost there and see what's faster. I think I was going to say he conceded, he just kind of drove off into the desert. So 7 seconds down the road. That time's fairly consistent, although my lines aren't. Mediums. SR down for going across the grass, presumably. Try and do a good lap next time for the fastest lap. Still 7 seconds this gap. I think we pitted same time. Weird thing where if I go up to 5th there too early, it just doesn't turn in as well. Maybe I need to go to 5th and lift a bit more. Shame, that's very messy. Not really gaining on this guy. Fighting 5th this time. Losing time down the straight. Should be decent. This is the part of the race I find a bit not that exciting. In the desert, about 10 seconds either side. Is this going to be better? The tyres don't like it. Yeah, the guy in third place looks pretty handy. Oh, just hit that curb. I think I may have cooked the tyres slightly. Especially on this corner. Oh, I guess people might have to stop and put the hard tyre on. It's my only kind of saving grace. Two more laps to go, okay. Fighting ahead at least. Oh, just doesn't really want to turn in now. Front left is absolutely roasted. Hopefully people jump in the pits, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think I'm too far behind. Oh, he's had a calamity coming into the pits or something. That's a shame. If we had a better run, we could have put some pressure on. Wasn't even going into the pits, must have got squeezed out. Maybe his tyres are cooked as well. Good line by him to get on the grass there. Dirt. First place is going to finish very shortly. Did those positions change pretty much on the line? Oops. It's a bit of a... It's not the most exciting race for me, I've got to be honest. No race at Big Willow is, from my perspective. See you, Steve. Yeah, should be. Maybe we'll do a lobby tomorrow night. Yeah, it should be streaming tomorrow. Midweek. FIA, yes. In the Veyron. Okay, we'll be doing FIA tomorrow. Maybe we'll have a look at that now. But hopefully you enjoyed the race. I mean, it's a pretty snoresome combo for me. The guy in first place, why did we come second? Did they not do the tyres? The guy in first place I could place, that might be a null to count or someone. See you, Steve. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow then for FIA. Give that a crack. Good for the SR, yeah, that's true actually. Are we going to be like 100 SR now? Have a look. We were 20. We're now 61. That's, well, actually, that, to be fair, that's huge for the SR. We just, when do the race B start? 1 minute penalty. Yeah, they obviously didn't do the tyres. Maybe if they ask, we'll let them know. Someone's in the trophy. Should we try a race B now that we are in a different SR band? We'll have to wait a little. It would be good to like exercise some demons from race B. Catch up on the chat. I don't know how that was to watch race C. It's just, it's not my favourite combo. It's not my favourite track. So. Really compatible, nice. Sim Art Cockpit sounds very good. We did get an SR down in that race as well when we cut into the pit lane. CKK, thanks for joining. Hope to see you next time. Always good to have you. And McGann would be good. I really enjoyed the McGann Trophy at that track when we did it on Sunday. It hugs the turns really well. You don't feel like you're drifting off into the desert and then drifting off more and more as the tyres go up. The McGann was like a magnet to the inside. Really enjoyed it. I was losing about half a second to the Viper on the long straight at the end. Think about where the start finish. If you think about turn 1, think about how far you have to go back around the circuit before there's any meaningful braking. It's basically a very long straight for ages, and the McGann Trophy really suffers along all of that. The downside. £200 just the rig. Wow, I guess it's a good framework though to upgrade equipment around it. So, what are we thinking? Another race B in a bit. See what's what in this upper lobby. While we're here, we'll check out FIA. Those notes, I've just been put into the pit wall racing to the line on race B. Don't know if you know who you're racing against. My SR is now B, so if you do another one, we might see you. A race C detox. So people must be in setting quality times already. The usual suspects. Let's have a look back to previous season and maybe think about anything we'd like to go. Oh, I'm on the other account. I can't do it. That's my. We'll kind of look at who we're racing against and see where we want to go. Spamming all the buttons. Up somewhere else. Have you chosen your manufacturer yet? No, I haven't. Does it show you here what cars you get? I'm not going to sign up on this account. Right, so here are the options. First of all, let's have a look. Okay, can't have a look at the calendar. I presume it's equally split between Group 3 and Group 4. I mean, I'm tempted to go. Thing is, to be fair, I do really like driving the Beetle. And I actually chose VW. I changed to VW halfway through the season because I had a great race at Dragon Trial Seaside in the Beetle. I was like, wow, this is really good through the chicane. And then I heard, oh, the Scirocco is pretty good in Group 4. And then it turns out the Beetle just can't really cope on the straights a lot of the time. You know, it's meant to have higher top speed than this one, which I don't really see a lot. Don't go VW again, that Beetle, yeah, but it's the Beetle, you can't really compete in Group 3. So Porsche is going to be pretty competitive, isn't it? Now, someone mentioned Audi. The thing is that the R8 can be very tricky in Group 3 on hard tyres. Tend to be the Jag. I've never driven a Jaguar, I think, in this game. Maybe we work the other way. Maybe we discount. Oh my, there's so much choice. Mazda, use the Mazda Group 3. It's a handful though. Someone mentioned McLaren the other day. What would the Renault Group 3 be? Is that the only Group 3 Renault? I've never seen it before. Max speed 6.4. I think even the Beetle was like 6.9, which I don't understand. So good on the curves, pretty good power. R8 could be tricky, yeah. I'm racking my brains now thinking of cars we like. For example, we like the Aston in Group 3. Have we ever driven an Aston in Group 4? Isn't the Aston like pretty good on fuel as well? Group 3? So what's the Group 4 Vantage like? Detonator, I'd like to try Ferrari. Yeah, I see you a lot in the Ferrari Detonator. Hate the Group 3. What's the Group 3 Ferrari? Are they both 458s? Keep an eye on the clock. Oh yeah, they're both 458s, but that one I imagine is squirrely. Porsche seems a safe bet. Came in very good on the tyres when I've used it before, and the 911 in Group 3 actually turns in quite well. It just feels like a safe bet. But you can take a wild bet and then halfway through the season you just regret it and think, why did I take this? Why am I driving for Mitsubishi? On the NSXs, Alpha, that's an out there combo. Audi makes a lot of sense if you're very comfortable with the R8. If your go-to Group 3 is the R8, then Audi seems a no-brainer. Porsche, I think you're basically always going to be able to compete. You're never going to feel like, I bought the wrong car to this track. Lexus might be a good shout. Isn't the Lexus Group 4 quite good? Wasn't the Lexus Group 4 the best car at Dragon Trail Gardens 2 a while back? And the Group 3's alright as well. I didn't know there's 2 different RCFs. Group 3? Maybe Lexus is a interesting one. The Lexus goes up the gears quickly, doesn't it? It's quite weird gearing. Show you the gear. I'm thinking maybe Porsche. It does feel like a kind of safe bet, but there's nothing wrong with a safe bet. Safe bets save lives. Cayman and the 911. 911 has 6.3 max speed. Does that really mean anything? Doesn't it all get BAP'd out? Toyota, no. Nissan. GTR Group 3 is a bit of a handful. And I don't really know what the Group 4 GTR is like. McLaren's sounds like a sensible shout, although I've never really driven McLaren's. Lamborghini seems like a sensible shout. Mercedes, sensible shout, although I haven't really driven them. Hyundai, no idea. Jaguar, I see a lot of people in F-types doing well. Do a last race of the evening here. Race B. Now we've got the SR a bit. Now we've got SR to lose. Probably lose it all now. Lambo Group 3 is hard work. I can't remember what the tracks are, but I'm sure you can look at the tracks and kind of, you know, are the Group 4 races more on power tracks or handling tracks? It'll be one of those things. I'll probably in my mind be like, okay, I'm going to choose Porsche. And then when it comes to actually select it, I think I'll do something last minute. I end up going for Citroen. Evening Tech Grant, we haven't done it yet. We are half a day behind you. So I don't know if you've any tips to report from FIA. I was just going to try the Group for Aston for qualifying in Race C. And the game is fixed tyres are hard. Is it not that thing where you have to change the front tyre first? Even Tech Grant, Free Bentos. Sounds like an AI. Just working out how to... what words and Free Bentos are. Two of the most common words in the stream. Got to stop thinking about Free Bentos late at night. Makes me hungry. Well, didn't someone... Ian or Al? Ian, did you get a Free Bentos? I don't think you've had it yet. If you haven't had it, you haven't told us. I'm definitely, next time I go down to the supermarket, I'm definitely picking up a Free Bentos. It's a weird thing, Al. I don't know why they do that, but... I'm not very good with the tyre. Sometimes I'll go around thinking these laps will get slow and I realise I'm on a hard tyre. Red Bull Rings. The last couple of races were very, very feisty. Probably the most aggressive races I've ever had in GT, really. If I think about it. Right, a couple minutes to go, or what is it? Oh, very close. And then yeah, so next stop tomorrow at FIA in the Veyron. Try and do 3 slots. I don't know if you're racing this one, Dayton. We might see you. Now we're up to B. If we are, I can revenge punt anyone for you. The thing is, the really good drivers can avoid those kind of incidents. You just have to be taking in information and thinking ahead of the game. How have we put it on pole here when in the D lobbies we were 5th or something? Isn't that a bit weird? And we're on pole by like quite a margin. Donate to BC. Ouch. Hope you didn't get a penalty on that guy put you in the wall. It's not cool. We're not that far off getting an A ranking. Tagline, wouldn't it be good if the 007 cars have rockets that you could deploy like in Johnny English? Yes. Well, this Aston, wasn't this Aston the... Wasn't the Vantage... No, there's a Vanquish was in Die Another Day. I haven't seen any of the new Bond movies. I do remember the Vanquish. Actually, wasn't it a Vanquish against a Jaguar? XJR and XKR? Don't have any Jags in here. Good shout there, Tech Grunt. I think they need to have a mode in GT Sport where all those kind of drivers can just race with each other. Right, let's do it. Let's see what happens. I guess we'll try and Vettel it and just go from pole. Oop, full screen. My brake balance is -2. Oops. Okay. And let's do that short shifting. decent margin. Not the best through there, anyway. It's a very good looking car, that Aston. I think it is based on the Vanquish, what I remember. Oops. Gave him space. Good racing. Bit too deep. Okay, this is quite a decent race so far. Quite a defensive line, but I think he'll swing back. Get pulled up the straights. Don't need to rush anything here. It's like a dogfight for the lead at the moment. First time I've really been able to follow someone like this today. Just like a defensive line, this chap. He is partial towards that cut. Just gently stalking our prey here. These are slow laps, by the way. I think I need to be better at just really biding my time, braking early and catching someone straight rather than being in no man's land like I was there for turn 1. Oh, it's penalty city behind. Lucky there. Right, let's start to crank up the pressure a little bit. Decent exit. Actually, I'm going to try that thing. I'm going to try and just brake early and catch him on the other side. I'm a lot closer than I was last lap. Patience. could switch back here. Almost made it. Penalty gods. Penalty gods were looking the other way, distracted. This is really good fun, clean racing. Woo! I messed it up, but he's going to get a penalty actually, I think. No. Yes. Restoring faith in GT Sport this race. Shame about the penalty for him. Going to be a sitting duck, really. Ironically, that could have ended up in a penalty for me if we'd made contacts. Let's just see at home now. They're all slow laps, but I've kind of been following him a bit, so... A 30 to finish. Well, that restored my faith a bit in GT Sport. That was a very good battle with the guy who ended up finishing 5th. He did have a big spin there, I guess. And that kind of correlates with the SR going back up, so maybe it is worth trying to keep the Oh, it's a quad. Maybe it is worth trying to keep the SR up on the odds count. So there, that race C was a bit boring for me. Actually, it might have taken us to a place on the odds count where we can have good racing at B. Anyway, the main purpose of racing on the odds count, first race of the week, is to kind of just get match fit on the track. Explore different areas of the track, you know, around the braking zones, overtaking. And then we go straight on with the main account, set a quali time. It was a good race. Patronisers. Catch up in chat. Listening to how to start bug. Guy in front stopped on a rolling start and didn't move 10 seconds. Is that the one where you all kind of bunch up behind him and then it's you all about 10 centimeters apart? Because that can be a lot of fun. Next Road Warrior Max. Yeah, good result. Restoring faith in GT Sport. If we get up to an... I think I've been doing it a bit wrong, to be honest. If we get up to an S ranking and keep it, we'll start picking up DR on the odds count quite quickly. Jesse at the back, yeah, that's not so much fun. You got lucky. I don't think I got lucky, mate. Sorry to break it to you, but feel better. Tech Grant, can you do the qualifying for FI Nation and put in top 10? I've never qualified in top 10. I've qualified top 30. We qualified top 30 last week for race A. I've never qualified top 10, so unfortunately I can't promise that. I don't know what the times here are compared to down under. Tech Grant. 3 2s here at the moment. Practice. I don't know what that compares like. We will do this race tomorrow. Let me just double check the slots. We'll aim for the 740. That's optimistic. We'll aim for the 740, but we'll definitely make the 9 and the 1020. There's no 11 o'clock slot. Tekra, I'm interested in what breakbacks have on the Rayron. I'm not sure. I think I'll have to think back. Last time I used this, it was at Monza. So I have to think about that. Basically, you really want the Rayron to turn in, so you need to disabuse the brake balance. Tony Kart. Race Tony Kart. A lot of discussion in the Club 100 circles at the moment about Rotax engines and parity. As much parity as TKMs. Seems like no. Yeah, very interesting engine discussion attack. I'm sure you'd be interested in that stuff. I think the Rotax Minimax or the Junior Rotax are quite hard to adjust the carbs to make them even them out, whereas you can do that on a TKM apparently. I don't know too much about it. It's involved. Anyway, I hope the racing was good this evening. It was different, but different's good. Some of those races were pretty aggressive. I might have a flip back and look, because you go down to the low lobbies, it's like going down to the bottom of the ocean. Very much fish eat fish, and the only way out of it is to build the SR. So if you are having SR issues this week, then Daily Race C looks a good place to go, because I got 40 SR in that race, 41 SR. It's huge. So 2 races of that, and you're back to fighting fitness. Is my recommendation. I'm glad I'm not first in repair bill. Yeah, alt account stuff, a bit crazy. Tack Grant, do you watch the top 10 replays and see? So I used to, before I streamed and I was just racing, just by myself, I would always, before I'd even go into any of these races, I would watch a track guide on YouTube. I'd then go in and watch a replay, fastest person, just see what gears they're in and stuff like that. And then I would get a ghost up and then do a lot of laps behind the ghost. I don't do any of that now. Now I just get on the track and race, and we do it on a Sunday. There's no track guide, there's no ghost. We get comfortable, we kind of work out what the good times are. And then I go in normally on the alt account like we've done today and just race. And then let's say there was no FA tomorrow, so I was just going to do daily races. About 10-15 minutes before I get on the stream, which is kind of my free time, I'll do some laps behind the ghost. And then on the stream we'll do some time trial as well. But that's about it for time trialing. It's really changed. I don't think what I do now is better. I think it's better to get all the information and watch videos and watch the replays. It's a time thing. I think also my base driving has improved a little bit, so I'm not as reliant as that. So for example, last week when we set a top 30 quali time last week in race A. When I did race A last time, I spent a lot of time behind the ghost. a lot of time. I spent 80 laps behind the Ghost straight and set a top 70 lap time. Whereas this time it actually didn't take that long to set. So I think that's good, but definitely my methods have. Background, because our discussion, the Vey one is funny. The Vey one's really funny. Let's have a quick look then. I thought you have to massively undershift the Vey one. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe you have to massively overshift. See what our friend Mr. Josetti is doing. And when did you first start playing GT Sport? I think I first really started playing last summer. Well, last summer was my first memories because I remember the wheel overheating and stuff like that. I had the wheel earlier, but I just used to play around on stuff like the Crew. And I played a bit on Project Cars 1, but nothing online. Just so I think I got into online. Have a look, 1 second. I played 180 days of GT Sport. But I don't know what that translates to. It's not helpful. Is this in reverse or we started somewhere funny? Yeah, I'd say he's short shifting. We'll see as he goes down the straight. I'd say that's half car short. Background, what's your total mileage then? My total mileage is distance driven 52,000 kilometers. I can't do the maths, but is that about 30,000 miles? Yeah, I've logged on on 181 days. And when did I start streaming? I don't know, Al, you're pretty early on the stream, so maybe time goes differently in this kind of like Aussie lockdown place. I don't even know. 2 months? We're very lucky with the stream to have a really cool community. So you guys make the stream. It wouldn't be anything without you guys. That 6,500 RPM way is changing. So is it? Okay. It's really important though for tomorrow to do that to be in the ballpark. End of the race. We can look at someone else's and just check if they're doing the same thing. What is Williams here doing? Probably all doing the same thing. That quite is only 750 short of the limit. Is the limit on a because to me all I'm looking at is the bar, and to me he's shifting at half bar. Is that not the same as shifting halfway to the limit? Am I getting that all wrong? it basically is the bar only filling up quite late or quite high in the RPM. Bar is 1,000 short. Oh, okay, so if the limit is say 7,000 and the bar only starts filling up at 6, okay, that makes sense. He's not half shifting in the sense that he's shifting at 3,000 RPM. He's shifting half bar. That's helpful. Bar starts at 6,250. That obviously makes a lot of sense. I think it's helpful to, in terms of driving, to think, oh yeah, I'm going to shift at half bar. Open up a blister here. I think we're going to wrap up the stream there. It's midnight. Interesting racing day. Nice background there. We'll be back again with FIA tomorrow. We'll aim for the 7:40, I think, but to be honest, that's going to be a struggle. So maybe 9 o'clock. Safer bets, and we'll do a couple of shots in the very one at a track that I kind of know, although I don't know it that well. But yeah, so it'll be the first time on a main account in a while. We've got 41,000 DR, so should be in a decent lobby. That Grant F5 for you tonight. Is it man? Have you already done it? I don't know how the timing works. I guess you guys. No. You got Nations now. Today. Based on your favourite Group 3, I'm probably going to go Porsche then. But I won't be doing FA on Saturday. Can't make Saturday, unfortunately. So that will be for the next round. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were like a full day ahead. You're basically half a day ahead. As we go to sleep, you're waking up and getting ready for FIA. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna end it there. Getting late in the UK, so we'll see you again on stream tomorrow as we hit Nations Cup. That's exciting. It's the first time we've done Nations on our new season. You know, if you can enter more than one FIA, yes, you can. But if you enter a race, it will wipe your score from the previous race. Your previous scores won't count. So if you get a really good result, then you might not want to do the later one. Otherwise, you can just keep. But yeah, thanks all for joining. Tuesday night kind of feels like a Wednesday. Thanks, Ian. Ian, with a Frey Bentos in the fridge, that's a nice level of food security. I think I need to have a reserve Frey Bentos. I mean, it will last till about 2033. It's a good investment. It will last past the next nuclear apocalypse. Cheers, Road Mario Wax. I was going to say Road Warrior Max. Thanks for joining. Cheers out. Cheers, Tech Grant. Cheers, Donator. Please do feel free to tap the like button on your way out. Interesting racing tonight, and FIA tomorrow. I'm really going to think about. I'm going to watch some lap guys in advance, so we can hit the ground running, and hopefully we see some similar faces throughout the course of the season. Otherwise, thanks everyone. Have a very good night or very good day, Tack Grant, and see you on next stream. Have a very good rest of the week as well.